10.
I'm just not willing to throw away 10.
You don't. You're just replacing a deck.
Yeah, but what?
No, fuck a deck.
Yeah, what if you got to divide a deck?
Suck a deck. It's 10.
Then it's a pier.
Yeah, then it's a pier. It's a boardwalk. What do we get to do to get to a boardwalk?
If you divide a deck, it'd be a porch.
It's Thursday, August 16th, 2018. This is SharkCast, the one podcast that knows every now and then you just got to show a little respect.
I thought you were going to say a little bit of skin.
No, just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit of respect.
And some skin?
Joshua,
Yes.
Daniel, what's happening, boys?
We're suffering a loss today.
We sure are, and whenever we lose a musician, especially a hometown hero like Miss Aretha Franklin, we shall always raise a glass. Cheers. Gone but
How
never
old,
forgotten.
76?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, I think she was 76.
Gone but not forgotten. Jeez Louise.
Her
Fucking
music
pioneer.
will live on.
Oh yeah, she's total immortal.
What have you been doing all week, Jeffrey?
Jerking off. Wait a minute.
How was it?
I chafed a little bit.
All week is a long time.
Danny, I wanted to run this by you. I seen this on the internet. Yesterday. Yeah, and I didn't know if it was clickbaity bullshit or what, but I seen that. What's the guy? Logan Paul, or the YouTube dude?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to fight in the UFC.
What?
Oh yeah, I did see that. Okay, so he's fighting another
fight?
YouTuber.
Oh, he is gonna fight someone.
Yeah, pull it up.
All right.
Logan Paul. I don't know if I think there might be boxing. He's fighting this other YouTuber. I want to say his name is KSI or something.
Okay.
Type in Logan Paul fight KSI.
God, do I hope it's a draw.
Well, apparently this Logan Paul kid wrestled in high school, so he thinks he's a badass. Please give him.
All right.
Would you pay for a Logan Paul fight in the UFC?
No. Who's he fighting, Punk?
No. Yeah, dude, I would take Logan Paul. So that KSI guy though,
Jeez.
So that's him.
Right, this guy
That's
here.
who he's fighting. When is that supposed to happen?
So it's confirmed going to happen?
Yeah. A head-to-head unboxing match for the ages and fans everywhere are already getting hyped. When? Type in the date, maybe? Because who the hell's buying this or watching this?
I don't know. It would have to be a free fight.
Little kids? Because isn't Logan Paul's
Is it going to
shit,
be a
for little
YouTube? Is
kids?
it going to be like a YouTube Red exclusive?
Let's
Well,
see.
isn't this-
Why is blah, 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 and them fighting? Okay, knockout victory. Wait, go back up.
Sorry.
Why are they fighting? The first boxing match, he called out Logan Paul. Jake Paul or any other Paul that's... What?
And that, okay.
So he knocked out somebody, this KSI guy already. Initially, it was Logan's brother Jake, who appeared to be...
It's going to take place the 25th of August.
So that's the day of the
UK.
bachelor party.
Yeah, it's a week from this Saturday.
Who else is on the card? Real fighters, or is it just a whole bunch of...
Jenna Marbles versus cosplay chick.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Isn't this the guy that was suicide?
Yeah.
Forest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't mind watching him get his ass kicked.
Sure. I think that's the draw.
I think that would be it,
Hey,
too.
you have a potential to watch this asshole get his fucking bells wrong.
Well, I don't know who this KSI guy is.
I don't know who the fuck he is neither.
Yeah, but if these are internet personalities, or at least this guy is.
They both are.
Okay, well then that's enough.
They put together a two-fight deal.
Rematch in the U.S. They already got a rematch planned for this mug.
Whatever. Okay, anyway.
Jeez.
Boys, I seen the Meg.
Did you really?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
SharkCast review. 1 being the worst thing ever, 10 being the greatest. You're at 10.5 on the Meg.
Can I make this go a little bit higher? No. I would say it was like I felt like it looked really CGI-y, all the shark shit, which kind of bugs me.
Best part of it.
Yes.
It's the whole point.
I mean, the shark, I guess it looked cool, but it never freaked me out. It wasn't ever like scary. It wasn't like I was like, oh shit, the shark is behind her, like
So it wasn't Jaws.
Yeah. So like,
was it just like about how big it was?
Meh. No, it's about so Jason Statham.
Yeah,
he saves
the world.
Or no, he's like a deep dive. Like if when people are stuck in a submarine, he goes down and saves them.
Okay.
I don't know what that job is called.
Oh, that's called
being a badass.
He goes out and saves people. And basically, yeah, it's just kind of silly. I mean,
where'd you go see that? Did you go see it up on Gratiot?
I saw it because I was waiting for my aunt because I thought we were going to go out to dinner. So I was like, I'll just jump in this movie because I got out of work late.
Sure.
Or earlier, I mean. And I went, got myself a Two-Hearted.
Okay.
Nice.
Sat in the back, tried to pick out a seat where nobody's by me, and apparently somebody sat right fucking next to me.
Which is weird.
Which is annoying.
Which is weird.
Yeah, there was like nobody there. When it, like later on the movie, I like slowly made my way down just because I don't want to be sitting right next to some people when it's there's giant
empty
movie
space.
theater and there's a whole bunch of theaters. Yeah, so I moved, but
No, that's weird.
dude. 5.5?
What, dude, for the Meg, I haven't seen it. Going just off the trailers, I'm giving it a solid 2.
What? You didn't like the trailer? The trailer?
No.
The trailer looked kind of sweet.
No, you know what? Might give it a 4, maybe a 5. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Meg 2.
No.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I don't want to see Dwayne. No.
It sounds like a perfect film
He
for
fights
him.
it. He's holding its mouth open.
Go! Swim out of the belly.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, man. I would say don't. But
Do you feel like you wasted?
I don't feel like I wasted money.
Okay.
But I don't think it was scary. It wasn't like the action scenes weren't very like. I don't know, man. And then like all this shit's happening. All these people are dying, and nobody's sad. There's no like realism in it. Where like. Dude, we just lost our best friend. like we're joking around. Oh no.
You know what? We might have to swap it out.
We might have to.
Yeah. So how was Ruby Rose in it?
Oh yeah, she was in it.
Along with Rhonda.
Not sad enough when these people are dying.
Yeah, well, Rhonda for one has a heart of ice, and
Rhonda?
she's not in it. No, she's in that new movie with Mark Wahlberg. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what are you talking
Oh
about?
God, I know.
That should be a good movie with Rhonda acting her acting skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Rhonda, what are you doing Sunday, bud?
Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday weekend.
Sunday evening.
Am I back? No, I'm back.
And he's back.
Sunday, I am going to the Renaissance Festival, and then we have band practice.
All right, then. They're already doing the Renaissance Festival, huh?
Yep.
I want to get that in.
You should go on Sunday.
I can't. I got plans.
What are you doing?
Going to work.
And then while you
SummerSlam at the foot.
I see. Yeah, dude. So I felt like the acting was not like it just didn't feel real to me. I didn't get like attached to any of the characters. And like I said, when you do like there's so many people dying in this stupid fucking movie. And nobody seems to give a shit. Like everybody's like, it seems like all the girls are just trying to fuck Jason Statham, even though their like friend and colleague had just got eaten by a goddamn shark.
They're like, darn it. Darn it. God dang, Meg.
Dang it.
God dang it, Meg.
Another one, seriously, it was like kind of annoying because it was like, make it seem like this was a big deal. there's like a bunch of people that and they're like joking around. It's like, hey guys.
I know you didn't think Ruby Rose was sad enough.
I mean, her character was.
I'm just geeked. She's gonna play Batwoman.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
It's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Actually, it's beyond good pick. It's
a
very
really
cool.
good pick. You know what pick I'm excited about is what's her face? Cheetah.
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
No. Kristen
Fucking,
Wiig.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
I still can't get
table?
past the idea that she's like so goofy.
I think it's gonna
I
be
think we're gonna see some
badass.
acting chops out of Miss Wiig.
All right.
Yes.
Did
I think that's a good pick, dude.
did Meg set up Aquaman in any way?
No.
Yep.
Rolls
You know what?
directly in.
Okay, so you're not going to see this movie,
No,
so
I'm
I'm going to
not.
run it.
That's fine.
SharkCast spoils.
Yeah. So spoiler in 3,
Ruined it.
2, 1.
Spoiler.
There goes all of our listeners.
So like at the end, okay. So first there's like the megalodon, and they think they killed the thing, right? And they like blew it up, and then they're like, oh, celebrating or whatever, and then another megalodon comes and
Oh
fucking
my god!
eats the guy, and nobody's sad. But at the end, the only cool part is they like Jason Statham. He like slit this thing down its like whole
Meg.
body.
What did he use? A katana?
No, he just swam really slowly and no. He used his submarine and like used this little like blade thing or maybe the wing or something. He used something to cut it. But anyway, so then it starts bleeding and then the great white sharks come and they start eating the Meg.
That's kind of cool.
Which is like the only cool part. But thinking about that, the Meg is so big.
Yeah.
You could just hang on to its fucking fin probably. Like it can't get you off. How's it going to get you off?
I think it would probably
jump on
swim
its-
pretty fast.
Well, it seemed to swim decently fast in the movie, but I can hang on to a boat.
I guess.
Maybe.
I guess if it goes deep down. Okay, but another cool thing that happened in the movie, though, like concept. What's the deepest spot in the ocean? That trench?
Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their thing was
It's Meg Central.
they think that is the deepest part, but it's not. It's actually a layer of like some like almost like an atmosphere. So when you break through, they thought it was the bottom, but it's not the bottom. So they break through this little atmosphere.
Okay.
And that's where like the Meg lives,
Really?
which was kind of interesting because it was
Sure.
like 2 oceans that we only knew about one, if that
Okay.
was real, but it's not fucking real.
Right.
Could be. We don't know. We ain't been down there.
But
Be a whole sea of Meg down there.
segue.
Let's hope not.
Here's my segue. Ready?
Wait a minute, real quick. What's your favorite shark, Danny?
What's my favorite shark?
Meg. Come on.
Great white.
It's not the
bitch.
Meg.
No, the Meg is not that bullshit movie.
Set that segue up again.
Okay, here's the segue. Ready? I had some cauliflower mashed potatoes.
Oh, those are good. Those are good.
That's not.
Yeah,
How is
those
that
are
a
It was a
segue?
Josh.
Try the cauliflower.
Think about it.
Tater tots. Blow your fucking mind.
Really?
man. Oh, dude.
I had garlic,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Garlic and
cauliflower. Is it called? Do they call them potatoes,
I don't know what the fuck they call
or
them.
they just call them
I know what you're talking about.
garlic cauliflower mash?
I don't. It might be just mash.
But not fucking bad.
No, not bad. Also, too, since we're,
Segue.
since we're on
Here's
cauliflower,
another segue.
since we're on cauliflower, also in the frozen section, they have cauliflower pizza.
Not bad.
Pretty fucking good, dude.
Well,
Really?
what's like the difference in calories compared to
Oh, dude, that's
probably a shit
vastly,
ton?
dude.
Oh,
For
I'm
one,
sure.
it's
'Cause of
like
all that bread?
Like the carbs are just like slashed in half.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, dude, I'm sure like you probably shouldn't eat like a whole cauliflower pizza. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't-
You probably shouldn't eat a
It's
whole
not fair
tub
game.
of cauliflower mash. You know,
it's still limits.
I was talking with someone and they were saying how, well, it's cool, it's organic. It's like, hey, you know what? You could make an organic Snickers bar, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that motherfucker's still going to be a Snickers bar. It's just going to be organic. It's still going to be empty calories.
Yeah, you can make it a fried organic
Twinkie.
Snickers bar.
Fried organic Twinkie.
But I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm telling you, dude. Next
Because
time,
they were good as
get the
fuck.
tater tots.
I might try the pizza, dude.
Pizza. Try it all. Okay. I like the tots more than the mash.
All right. Now, are the tots still breaded?
No, Joshua.
It's
Joshua.
my bad.
It's cauliflower we're talking here, man. We've
can't
tapped into the potential of cauliflower.
Bread cauliflower?
I've had cauliflower mash before. It's delicious. Garlic cauliflower mash.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It also comes in sour cream and chai.
Ooh. I like chai. Chai tea.
You know what else I've been doing?
What's that?
Drugs.
No.
No.
I have.
I've been I've been going to LA Fitness, boys.
Really?
La
I've done
Fitness.
it 3 times this week.
Oh wow.
The motivation things. Like once you're actually there and you do it, you're like,
Okay, so I found because I didn't like the LA Fitness in St. Clair Shores
La Fitness.
because they don't have
it's Spanish.
like that many cool things, but the one in Roseville, which I didn't realize is only 10 minutes away.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
super
nice.
close.
Right up the way by that.
Yeah.
It's on Gratiot, right?
By like Best Buy and all that shit. They have a super nice pool.
Ooh, really?
And they have a hot tub in there and a sauna.
Can't you bring a friend?
I don't know. I don't
You
have.
should bring me.
I don't have the like.
Me.
I think you have to buy the thing so you can bring a friend, but you probably can do like day passes. I'm sure they have.
Just
like
buy
day
the thing,
pass.
dude.
Yeah, right. I'm getting the best deal on LA Fitness of all time.
Yeah.
$15 a month.
That is the best
You know
deal.
why?
That's really good.
It's because I used to have a gym membership at Fitness 19 and
Yeah.
it closed, and then they were like,
You know what though?
hey,
Fitness
you can
19.
go to LA
Fitness 19 didn't seem like it was a bad gym though. I just think it was in a bad spot.
small and they didn't have anything like that cool.
Okay.
LA Fitness is like, holy shit. And I can go to the classes, and I can go also the lady at LA Fitness is like, you guys got the best deal, like literally ever. Because I can go to any LA Fitness. Usually you have to pay to go to other gyms. You have to like pay more to do that. You have to pay more to go to the classes. I can go to the classes, which I haven't done because I'm scared.
So what kind of badge do you get from these gyms?
What do you mean?
Like,
oh
you
my
know,
God, from my Pokemon badge?
yeah, like
Well, I got the water badge in the pool.
okay,
Sweet.
That's
from
good.
the old lady sitting in the hot tub.
Sell it out badge.
Yeah, she's all like, it's a nice looking
But
magic
dude,
card you got
here's
there.
what I'm afraid of, is because you're going to be doing this, you're going to be taking full advantage of this $15 a month, which is great.
That is great. We're proud of you.
You'd be an idiot. You'd be an idiot to not take advantage of it. Then, once this is all over, in a year from now, you'll be like, yeah, renew for $900,000 a month. And you're going to be like, no. And that's when you're going to fucking run, like you're going to be
I
filming
don't
at
think
work.
that they're
You're
gonna.
going to be filming at work, and there's going to be a guy in a black trench coat, and he's going to be like, sure you don't want to fucking sign up again?
They're gonna be following you around.
Or it's just gonna. No, it
Has
would
a
just
gun.
charge my.
Yeah, dude, just
My
right out
account.
the ass, yeah. And it's going to be the whole year up front.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna charge me
12 months at $150 a month. Boom.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Dude, that would be
That'd be the
horrendous.
worst.
I'm scared to go to those classes though. Like
Why?
the spin class, because I'm gonna be like drenched in sweat. I'm gonna be huffing. All these people are gonna be fit as hell.
See, just don't start doing the
I need to
bodybuilder.
go. I need to have a friend.
Don't pull a Scott and like become a
See,
bodybuilder.
he looked
and
at
leave the
me. He
band.
looked at me because I'm in worse shape than him. And he's like, if I bring Jeff, all eyes are going to be on him and not me.
That's not what I fucking said. That's
You didn't have to say
It's a
it,
quick
man.
assumption.
You didn't have to say it.
If I bring Jeff, he'll be struggling worse.
Just don't.
You think I'm doing bad? Look at him.
look at him.
You're like
Everyone
pointing
look
me
at
out.
Look at how stupid he looks.
him. Well, the last time someone in the band got into the gym, they left the band. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, we won't name names.
Beercast, check it out.
He doesn't listen to this fucking thing anyway.
Yeah. But I would like to have a fucking friend go. Somebody should
I'd
get
be
the.
interested to go.
You should get the thing, and you're close, and we could go to the Roseville one.
That wouldn't be bad. I also have a free gym at work though, so but I don't have a
Of
pool.
course.
I don't have a
Well,
pool.
that and
Yet.
you don't have fucking me to go with.
That's true. That's true.
He's got Tanya.
I do.
Well, does Tanya go?
She does.
Exactly.
No,
Well, Josh-
neither of us do.
Exactly. You know, who's going to push you to get the cauliflower mash as opposed to the potato? Not Tanya.
I don't know. She likes to cook with all these alternative methods, so maybe it could be her that pushes me on the mash.
Speaking of alternative methods of cooking,
Yes.
what I've recently just heard of, boys, have you heard of avocado oil?
Yeah. All right. So
Anyway,
speaking of alternatives, you ready for?
have you ever heard of this oil?
Did you have something to go with that oil?
No.
So okay. Did you guys know there's an alternative way to count?
Josh, I haven't mastered the primary way to count. What are you talking about?
To
By
count,
twos?
why is there two ways to count?
By color.
So okay, we work off of a base 10 system.
Okay. We're getting into mortgages now, Danny.
No, okay. So think
You're
about
finally
this.
explaining your job, eh?
Yeah. All right. This is going to take the next hour and a half. So buckle in.
Okay.
No. Okay. So riddle me this: why do we have 24 hours in a day?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because
never
why is
thought
this
why.
called a table? That's the same reason.
No.
I'm
There's
kind
more
of,
to it.
Kind of though. Some guy probably fucking.
It's because it was made by Jack Table.
Jack Table. So
Jack Tableton.
why didn't we call him Tabletons then?
He didn't like his real name. He liked
Comes
to go
from
by
the city of
Table.
Table. Okay, Joshua,
Anyway,
please.
so it's
go on.
probably because revolves around the year, and the year takes the whole
So
takes around the sun.
okay. So why don't we have we do everything in tens? So why don't we have 20 hours in a day and then just the seconds are a little bit longer and the minutes are a little bit longer and everything's based on 10? Why don't we do that?
Why is it based on 10? You're saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, we do a lot based on 10.
Yeah. Well, it's because you round up. It's like.
Kind of, but
Well, yeah, you want to do everything on 9? It'd be hard to.
no.
Because it's easier. Because you
Hard
could be
to-
like 10 times 10, 100.
Yeah.
So
Just zero. Yeah.
Okay, but what is 10? 10 is
It's 10 of things.
right, but what is we've given it the word 10. The 1 and the 0 is just a placeholder.
X.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. So
Yes.
there is the decimal system, deci, 10, and then there's the Dozenal system, which is based off of 12.
For why?
But okay, so and the clock is based off of the Dozenal system. Baker's dozen, or
Baker's dozen
not
is
a baker's
13.
dozen, but a dozen.
Okay.
That idea is there. I mean, 12 inches in a foot. The idea of the dozenal system is it's easier to divide. So you divide 10 in half, you get 5. That's cool. But if halves,
But
quarter,
then break down 5 and you don't get a full number.
right. And then when you do halves, thirds, and fourths, which are like the most common measurements that we work with, a fourth of 10 is 2.5. Now we're already dealing with fractions. A third of 10 is 3.333 repeating forever, which actually doesn't work because 3.3 repeating times 3 is still 9.9 repeating. You're not actually to 10. So in the Dozenal system, 12 is the basis. And when you do half of, it's 6. If you do a third, it's 4. If you do a fourth, it's 3. They're even full numbers. So historically, there's a lot of cultures that actually do the Dozenal system. And, we count based on 10 because we got 5 fingers on each hand. And that's like kind of historically where we learn to count and where we measure things. But if you actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We got to tell the listeners he's pointing at all of his.
The segments of his fingers.
Yes.
Listeners.
So there's 12 in this, right? So what if
Including my thumb? 1, 2.
No, you don't count your thumb. You use your thumb to count.
Bullshit.
There's
So there's 12 there.
technicalities here. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still listening.
So there's 12 there. It makes more sense for like a lot of arithmetic. All big math still functions just fine in the Dozenal system, so to speak. But instead of counting 1 through 10, you would now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, dec L10.
Wait, for what?
So-
For what is the purpose of this, though?
So this is just, you got to think, the
And what do we do in tens so much? I guess
Everything.
Yeah, I guess. But
Everything's done in tens.
But the time, you said the time.
Correct.
That's 12.
Well, and what I'm thinking about, and a buddy,
Dozens.
a buddy of mine brought this up to me earlier today because we were talking about the metric system versus imperial, and how like, okay, the metric system is what we work in, but the imperial system where everything's kilometers, meters, all that fun stuff. I'm like, that makes just so much more sense because everything's based on 10. And he's like, yeah, well, I mean, what if it was based on 12? Or the old Babylonians, they had a whole counting system based on fucking 60. And a lot of this has to do with just historical perspective and where we've come from. So,
I already wrote it.
All right, I got a quick little video that kind of breaks this down a little bit. 12 is the new 10. There's actually a movement out there.
Really?
Oh, God.
The Dozenal Society of America
Okay, everybody
exists.
chill the fuck out.
This is... Dude, this fucked with
How
me.
long is this video going to take?
I got the shortest one. It's just a little over 2 minutes.
How many of
But-
these have you watched, Josh?
I didn't watch that many. I literally the last hour of work is when I first heard about this, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking with my mind. Because we only do the base 10 system because that's what we've been taught, but technically we could do it off of anything. It's man-made.
Yeah.
Numbers are man-made.
Just
So
like literally everything.
literally everything.
My dyslexia is organic.
Right.
No.
So check this out.
Today we're going to talk about numbers and counting. Fundamentally, humans rely on base
This is
X
loud as
numerical systems
shit.
for expressing numbers. The idea is that a certain numeral will represent a specific value. In the case of 5, for example, the 5 characters.
Is this lady
going to
be so boring?
The base array
Probably.
is the number of unique digits, including 0, that are used within the system to represent numbers in a positional number system.
Me and
For the
Jeff
most
are
part,
so
the modern
stupid.
civilized world is held together by the base 10 system, also known as the decimal system. The radix of base 10 is, well, 10, because only the 10 total digits between 0 and 9 are used. What if this wasn't the best, or rather easiest way to integrate numbers into our daily lives? Base 10 is good because humans traditionally have 10 fingers, so it makes it easy to count. However, it's also frustratingly limited. 10 only has 2 factors, 5 and 2. 5 is a prime number,
I'm
so
not dividing that
incredibly
much.
useful in and of itself, and 2 is an incredibly small integer to work with. Another strange, seemingly inelegant piece of base 10 is that we counted 10, 11, and then 13, 14, 15, and so on. 10 and 11 are outliers in the sequence verbally. Mathematicians around the world are vying for a new system, the Dozenal or duodecimal system. It's not as radical as you might think. A system of base 12 is already used fairly prolifically in the modern life. For example, there are 12 inches to a foot, the word dozen has a lot of uses, and even time is measured this way. With 24 hours having 2 sets of 12, a circle, 360 degrees, is simply 30 sets of 12. The number 12 is also close to the heart of music, the very fabric of rhythm and notes themselves. Additionally, 12 has many factors, and the tables are purported to be easier to master, even easier than the decimal ones. In fact, being competent in base 12 would make an enormous amount of math calculations faster to complete. I've looked into this a little bit, and I haven't found where it gets easy. It definitely takes some time to wrap your mind around it. For example, 10 would be written with a rotated 2, 1 would still be called 1, but 10 would be called do and would represent the decimal of 12. 100 would be grow and would represent the decimal of 144. Multiple digits would be pronounced differently. 12 becomes 1 do 2, and 40 would be 4 grow. In
For
the decimal
why?
system, we count like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the Dozenal system, we count like this: not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dec, lev, ka. We're not even going to get into fractions in this video, but if
Wait a
you're
minute.
interested in learning more, check out the Dozenal Society of America for more information.
This is like the most crash course video I could find because I wanted it to be less than 10 minutes of explanation. But
Okay, Joshua, I don't think that
For why?
this is stupid. I don't think that what you're bringing to the table is stupid. I don't think that you're stupid for bringing to this table. I want you to know that I'm stupid. Okay? What's
Me too.
going on here, dude? You're like bringing numbers. I feel like
And
I
we should be
came.
using 12 sometimes, but I've hardly used 10 in the
I
first
don't
place.
even know.
I hardly use 10. I barely use 12. And now I can add these letters in there.
the thing that I find the most mind fucky about it is that we always have counted the same way. I'm 30 years old and I've always counted the same way, but that doesn't mean that's
Yeah,
the
but there's-
only way to count.
Okay,
And
I
this-
understand
yeah,
that.
but there's other words that you can use for this table, like table 10.
Well, here's the historical significance. Back during the French Revolution, there's an actual moment. I don't know exactly why the French were in charge of making this decision, but they made the decision to either work off of base 10 or base 12. And they were kind of wobbling
For
in
what,
between.
though? What do you mean, though?
They were like,
Because
so
work
clever.
off. What are you talking about?
Because all measurements have been done under base 12. You got 12 inches in a foot. It's
Yes.
easier to divide.
So we already do this.
We do, only not in our counting, not in our arithmetic. Not
But
in
why
our-
would we? What would? So the advantages would be it would just make it easier to do calculations, math problems.
Yes, it would be easier to identify
I
patterns.
hardly do math
I
problems in
get
the
that, and I don't think any of us really do enough math on a day-to-day basis.
I think you do.
I don't do any math
He
ever.
He
ever.
does all the math, and he's selling all
I
these
know.
homes. You should switch it to SharkCast page so we can have this.
Yeah. How do
Switch account.
I don't know how to YouTube still.
But yeah, so
as far as
we're still stupid.
it's just something to kind of like say, okay,
So there's a different way to count.
there's a different. And what's crazy about this?
It's burning it.
Yeah,
See?
yeah.
Fuck.
So in the Dozenal system, 6 times 2 is 10.
That doesn't
I
make,
don't wanna-
that doesn't Josh, that does not simplify anything for me.
I know.
whatsoever.
9 times
Math
2
already-
is 16
9 times 2 is 16.
in the Dozenal system. Yeah.
Okay, so like
If you're using the Dozenal system, I guess we'd be like, instead of the year 2018, it would be like the year 1100 and like.
Okay, so it sounds like it's going to make everything way harder.
Yeah, I don't want. I'm
It's
out,
not that
dude.
it's harder; it's just different.
No, dog, I'm cashed out, bro. So I'm cashed
you're
out.
gonna count. No, you're gonna count the what D, E, and
Yeah,
then 10?
they're just call it fucking 12 because they got the
Yeah, well, what are
decks and the
those
sex.
numbers? Sometimes you
They're
use
just
those letters.
They're just symbols.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like the
like-
rest of the numbers are just symbols.
Yeah.
just like
but-
everything, though.
Then
Like
why
I
don't we
said.
just go? Then why don't we just call it 10, 11, 12?
Why don't I just call you Elizabeth?
That doesn't. Okay.
Because it's pronounced. It's spelled Elizabeth. It's pronounced Josh.
So yeah, exactly. No, but I mean the whole idea that I think is like we do counting based on 10. Numbers are
I
made.
like it.
Numbers are made by humans. But that isn't something that was given.
made. No, it is made by humans, but it's also a universal language.
Not necessarily. The French don't have a number for 70. They don't have a number for 80, and they don't have a number for 90.
They don't have a number for 70.
They don't. When they say 70, they're
And that's
saying
why they're
60.
a lesser country.
They say well, get this shit. When they say 70,
I was gonna be like, explains World War II.
no, but when they say
Can't figure shit out, can ya?
when they say 60,
They're like 69, 80.
They're like D. E.
shit. No, but they say 60 and 10 when they say 70, and when they say 80, they don't go 60 and 20. They go
Okay, well that sounds like they're stupid.
20 and 4. But are they? I mean, come
I
on,
don't
it's a
know.
whole
Yeah, I don't know.
society.
I
It's a
don't know.
whole
I don't know.
functional society.
I don't know.
I'm just
man.
saying
It's a whole functional society that's adding shit when you could just go 71.
But is that actually easier, or is that just what we've been taught and
For
that's
me,
what we're
it
used to?
seems easier.
It seems easier, but that being said,
For
we
me,
only
it
know
seems
what we
easier.
know. This is why it's kind of a mind fuck. That's why I said earlier, this is a bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah. I
Because
guess.
if we were base 10 and we had 20 hours in the day, then that means seconds wouldn't be as long as they'd probably be longer.
But
Or we'd
okay,
have
so they'd be
100
longer.
seconds in a minute, and they'd be faster. And we'd
So
have
they'd be the
100 minutes
same-
in an hour.
Yeah, but that, we're just saying what if though? Like
Well,
what
I get
if
that? I know that, but at one point, the whole world, like the civilized world, used Roman numerals, but then eventually that got replaced
X.
because Roman numerals were cumbersome. It didn't make sense.
10.
Base 10 is kind of cumbersome compared to some of these other methods.
for me?
Well,
I
yeah,
wouldn't-
for us-
I wouldn't know.
us-
See,
I'm not
now-
saying
now-
I don't know the advantages.
Now-
though. What's the advantage? But just dividing it. That's it.
That's one of the major identifying advantages is division so much easier because you don't deal with decimals
Well,
and fractions nearly as much.
Josh, think about it like this.
Yeah.
Never divide anything. Your life will be so much easier. I have not divided anything.
You can just
In
not divide
years.
anything.
Years.
Just not
my
divide
life,
anything.
I'm living my life like it's golden, dude. And I want you to experience the same thing by stop
And
dividing.
if you got to
things.
divide shit,
Let
whip
it
out
go.
that phone. Just whip out that phone.
Let it
Easy.
go.
Does it for you.
I'm just saying. Imagine if that was a different. We could be living in a whole
Sounds
different
like
world.
hell on earth.
Imagine
what
my
are you
name's
talking
Sally,
about?
guys.
You wouldn't know the difference.
I'm already.
You wouldn't know the
so
difference.
confused.
You might be more confused because we've always learned base 10. Maybe we
I
wouldn't-
feel at 30, I just grasped that, and now you're like, imagine this. And it's like, what? Are you kidding me?
Dude, that's exactly what I felt earlier today. I was
and
like,
then we bring up the baker's dozen. It's like, why is that 13? What is a baker? Why
Well,
is
the
a baker get an
Baker
addition?
eats one. That's why.
What? No,
No, you
he
get
added
13.
one.
You get 13 in a baker's dozen.
I know, so that they can eat the one that they made.
Oh, you're saying
So that additional
to get it,
that 13th
Is for the
one,
baker to eat.
Well, why is he giving it to the customers, Josh? Huh?
I don't know.
Huh?
Maybe he wasn't at first. Maybe people just caught on to his little games.
He's like, oh, I'm eating this eclair.
Yeah.
All right. So the moral of the story is
Don't divide.
that,
divide.
and also, what if my name was Sally? All right.
All
Boys, this is gonna tickle both of your fancies.
Tickle.
Okay.
What's the Gerald? What's the M?
Gerard Way.
12.
Gerard Way.
12. You're right. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have to divide this up. It's gonna take me a minute. I need my 12 fingers.
Yeah, if you only had a base 12
okay.
system, it'd be easier to divide it.
Gerard Way.
Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance.
Serge Tankin from System of a Down.
Okay.
Yeah.
The MSI dude.
Okay.
Jimmy Urine.
Yep, Jimmy Urine.
I think just MSI, the whole band.
Okay.
And
Well, Gerard Way is married to the bass
Grimes.
player.
I don't know Grimes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Grimes? I've heard of Grimes.
They are working together.
Forming a
Ooh.
supergroup, really.
Really?
Could be interesting.
Look it up.
Whoa,
There's a
hold
song.
Hold on.
It's MSI's music, so it's not like it's like System of a Down.
Surge
music
is
with-
involved with MSI's music. I'm like a closet MSI fan. I
Well,
fucking
used
love
to-
MSI. What am I
used to
looking up?
fucking
Here's
love
the thing:
Type
is
in
just
all
don't
those
be
names,
a closet
homeboy.
MSI fan. Is just listen to MSI because they
What,
got tunes.
you can't remember those names? MSI, Surge, Gerard, Grimes. it's fucking easy.
All these names are spelled so fucking weird too. Gerard Way singing to MSI.
You might have to go to the internet because I don't think it's on YouTube yet. I think they just announced.
Weird. You want me to get rid of YouTube?
YouTube.
All right, we're
I
done with YouTube now.
forever.
Yeah, well, he's gonna think that way.
So
He's
long.
sitting back there
YouTube.
dividing. He's like, "What do I type in?"
I don't
I don't know all the names.
I'm spelling Gerard all sorts of fucky.
Yeah, Gerard spelled.
I
weird.
want to say the
Announces solo LP featuring Gerard Way. So 3 days ago.
so this
Jimmy
was
Urine.
super recent. I think there's a single out,
I don't.
but
I'm not seeing anything that says that.
maybe I feel like the song. I want to say the song's called "Problematic," but I could totally be wrong.
I wouldn't mind hearing Jimmy Urine, Gerard Way, and Surge on one track,
I would
singing.
really like to hear
Like
that.
taking like their individual parts,
Like, I
and
like-
making like
I like all three of those
I'd be
people.
down.
So like,
Well,
this
I don't
is-
know who Grimes is.
I don't know who Grimes is neither.
I'm not seeing Grimes
I
on this.
don't
here.
know if I'm willing to like them.
You Ringer will be released on October 19th. That's the name of the album, it looks like.
Yeah, so they released something, but I don't know.
I'm interested in
No, this could be
all
cool.
of this.
This
This
could
is
be
really
cool.
cool.
It's very MSI.
Yeah.
because it's his like solo project, so it's like a super like electronic-y, and I barely listened to it. Like I just flipped it on.
You couldn't like get
super
through
quick.
the like. Did you?
Well, I
you,
just
you
didn't
like
even- I
couldn't
didn't
get
even-
through the whole thing.
No,
or
I didn't even like have. I was doing something.
oh, so
I
you couldn't
didn't-
like give it
yeah.
your full attention. Okay,
we
so
go.
you got to
Here
get
it is.
through
That's
it.
it. What's
it
the
is.
song called?
You Ringer.
That's what the song is called. Is problematic anywhere written in there, or am I crazy?
It might be crazy.
I could have swore, Josh, you just said Problematic's going to be released August or October.
You Ringer.
Oh,
That's the title of the song. That's the title
Is this
of the.
what you heard before?
it's MSI.
It does sound very MSI, but
I don't know. Yeah, go in there a little bit. We got people listening to this shit.
That's Jimmy Urine, I believe.
yeah, sounds like him.
Problematic, fool. Look,
Oh,
read.
the name of the album is
I
You
knew
Ringer.
Josh just said Problematic.
God damn it.
He's counting over there.
Definitely Jimmy Urine.
That's
Yeah.
Jimmy Urine. So I haven't heard anybody else yet.
Nope, just him.
Still Jimmy Urine.
Yeah.
That might be that Grimes dude.
No.
I don't think so.
This sounds like a combination. It sounds like that little transition was like My Chemical Romance-y.
Yeah, I agree.
And the whole production sounds kind of like Surge's production work.
Well, like I'm saying, like, dude, you could get.
Okay, let's jump ahead. That sounds.
They're not playing on it.
They're not playing on it?
No, I don't think they're playing on it. They're just singing. That's
Still
Jimmy
him.
Hearing, yeah.
Oh, there's Surge. Okay, there it is. Okay,
So somewhere in there, they're singing.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I hear some of the other influences. I just don't hear their
cool.
names.
I don't hate this. I think we have a
have to
lot.
listen to it.
This is coming out in October. We got a lot of time,
We
boys.
do.
Well, that's kind of cool, though,
No,
that
I think
they're
it's
all
cool.
working together, right?
At first,
'Cause it's crazy.
At first glance, you want to be like, none of this makes sense, and then you're like,
No.
well,
But it
actually,
does,
it does.
It
It does
does.
make sense.
I feel like back in the day, I liked MSI and I liked System of a Down, and for some reason, they went hand in hand.
Yeah.
In my head, they were like similar for some reason.
Okay, so hold on. Here we got featuring Surge Tankian.
Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Featuring Grimes, featuring Gerard Way. So okay, they're
So
just
it's
they're
scattered
jumping in.
throughout.
Yeah, they're not like maybe they had some production elements. Maybe they were part of the overall production.
I
'Cause
don't know. I think that's kind of cool.
Surge has Tankian Records. He's produced several different bands and
I'm sure
albums
that
through
MSI has.
I'm sure they've got their.
MSI
Oh yeah, I'm
records
sure they've got something too.
too.
But I'm just saying, like Surge could be like helping
Yeah.
co-produce or
Potentially.
involved. And I mean, Gerard Way has just got his hands in
I
so many
heard
different areas.
one Gerard. I know.
Is he gay?
No, he's married to the bass player
Was there
From
like
MSI.
was there
of MSI.
was there like stuff that he was like?
Dude, him and the guitar player of My Chemical Romance, they'd smooch on stage, no problem.
That's what it is.
Oh
They'd
yeah,
smooch.
No, I heard about that.
How come?
It's probably to fucking because we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, just
It's the only thing I can think of, dude. I don't know.
interesting.
You know. All right.
But yeah, right.
That's a good one. Good find.
Yeah, good find. All right, let's piss some people off, boys.
Ooh, the base 12 didn't piss you guys off yet?
It didn't piss me. Well, if you were talking about it a little bit more, I would have gotten a little bit more confused, and then I would have been on the defense. But you know what? We got Josh. I don't know.
still don't know what the fuck. Yeah,
I don't know, man, dude.
You need to go to
you're
a
not
better
talking
podcast,
like
a smarter
you know?
podcast.
You're just not. I don't like. Your find was good. I'm not saying your find. I'm
not,
bad.
I'm not offended by
I'm
your guys'
bad.
response. Honestly, I think we're right along the vein that I was expecting us to hit. I was expecting it to be kind of like
What?
just
I'm supposed to start
uncomfortable.
counting
It's
different.
supposed to make everyone feel a little uncomfortable.
Like
It's a
next
mind
week, he's
fuck,
going to be like, "What if there was a whole new alphabet?"
which there is.
no.
You ever see
Alphabet's a
Russian?
social construct.
You ever
Okay.
see Russian? Anyways,
Yeah, there's fucking numbers in it.
Piss some people off, Jeff.
yeah. Make me
James
mad.
Gunn has not left the news.
Really? He's still.
I'm sick
boy,
of
oh,
talking
boy.
about him personally.
I know,
but
me too. What do you got though? This better be fucking good, Jeff?
Well, you hear what Dave Bautista said?
We already talked about Dave.
Okay.
Dave was defending him.
Dave said, "I'm not going to be in Guardians 3 if he's not."
Yeah.
Okay, now that's putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
That's a big paycheck.
Yeah.
If Dave's like, if they show him numbers and he's like, "Okay, I'll take it," I wouldn't be like, "Dave, I'm holding against you what you said."
Right.
Disney and James Gunn sat down again either yesterday or today.
And they were like, we also like.
Have you seen all the dicks we've hidden in all these movies?
Nah,
Like,
Disney-
You're speaking our language.
Disney's been, they're not moving.
They're not letting him back?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I mean, the
They're
guys...
not. It's probably because of like the past.
Yeah, well...
Disney accusations. There's.
It's one of those things...
I've been thinking about that though too. Sorry, Josh.
No, you're good.
That it's literally just words that he said, or he typed these words in, and like he potentially this dude could be a fucking freak in his mind and be a complete asshole, but at the same time he could potentially have not done anything, and he's just typing
He just has
words.
He just has jokes that are in bad taste.
And he's like, they're
Bad
literally
jokes.
just
Bad
written
jokes. I'm not
words.
going to say they weren't funny jokes.
No.
They're terrible jokes.
No,
We've
They were
already talked
bad.
about it.
Yeah, okay.
But freedom of speech, you're allowed to say whatever you want. It's what your actions
you also
that's
do
the problem.
have
Yeah.
a freedom of. You also do have consequences.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course.
especially if you're working for somebody.
In the public eye.
What are the people
someone
that,
like Disney.
you know-
And this is also potentially the first Guardians that would be
Without
with Disney, wouldn't it?
no, all the Guardians have been with Disney.
How long's Marvel
Really?
been a part of their Mickey Mouse team?
Since Iron Man.
The first Iron Man?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So this whole thing's been a Disney situation.
No, it's been a Disney fuckfest ever since.
Really?
Now I'll never work for Disney. I probably was never gonna in the first place. I didn't want to.
Fair realization. Fair.
Well, I didn't want to, but if they'd offer me a job, I'd take it.
Well, you still are working on your Star Wars script.
you didn't.
Oh,
want
you're
to.
right. I forgot about my Star Wars script.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing.
forgot about
I'll be seeing Clifford this Saturday. I'll bring it up.
Ooh, have you? I'm sorry if we're gonna continue with this, but
My Star Wars script? No, they're not getting that for free, Danny.
No.
has anybody seen Solo yet? Because I want to see. Solo.
I've not, but
No.
it's so split from what I've heard.
As soon as I heard...
I heard that it was like pretty decent. It's gonna be those fucking people who are like, he doesn't look right, or he doesn't.
The Me's?
yeah.
The Me's in the world?
Okay, with the thing like Solo, it's not about the yous and the me's.
I could do it better. Than.
It's not.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, I could. He's
It's not
taking-
about the yous and the me's. It's about did we need it?
Right.
The answer is
Maybe?
not really.
But did we need the second Star Wars? It could have been just one fucking Star Wars. Like
No.
we're talking about what ifs. I hate like talking about what ifs. Like what if
Well-
they're obviously trying to make a shit ton of money off of a
They are
successful
making
franchise.
they have the IPs of all P's. Of all IPs. I'm
Is
sorry.
it?
yeah, why wouldn't you capitalize on
You're right.
that?
You're right.
If you're
So now,
fucking Disney,
but here's the thing.
You
is
would.
They're. You're right, and they
You
were
would.
up until Solo. Solo did not. They pumped too much money into it and did not merit the success they thought they were. So, which caused Disney to say, "We've 86'd all of the side."
Really?
Yep, because they say
Because I liked Rogue One. I enjoyed Rogue One.
Rogue One was great. I really enjoyed Rogue One, but now it would be
what
sweet.
you're saying that they got rid of all these like side projects?
Okay, there's not going to be a Kenobi. There's not going to be a Yoda.
Well, that's
Yeah,
like
I didn't
too
want
much.
that. I didn't
though.
want that to
That's
begin
like,
with.
but the thing was,
much.
is
That's
if
what they were
Solo
going for?
was a success,
They were
that's
going
what
that way.
was going to happen.
And that makes sense. I never even thought about it that way.
and because, dude, you know how Disney loves that sweet honey and they'll milk it.
Yeah, no. They'll
But
Winnie
they
Pooh-
proved
Winnie
that
the Pooh
maybe
I'd like to see it though. We should see it. We should watch it
I'd
here.
be open to it. I'd be
Let's
open to
watch it.
I'm not opposed to seeing the movie. I have
As soon as I heard Harrison Ford, like someone asked Harrison Ford, "Hey, you going to go see the Solo movie?" And he's just like, "No."
He's like, I don't know.
No, he just straight up, no. I was like, okay, well, if he doesn't really have faith in what they're doing with it, then he is Han Solo. If Han
Yeah,
Solo
but he's
doesn't
not there
fucking have
seeing
faith,
the movie,
I guess, but
and
at the
he's
same
probably
time,
he's already tired of.
he's probably watching the movies the same way I'm watching the movies.
He's
I just like to
probably
think
not even watching the movie.
I like to
Dude,
think that me and Harrison Ford have like this kindred spirit.
he ain't watching the movies. I bet.
So, I mean, now that was the thing is like Solo was
Collecting that
kind of
paycheck.
not so much a test run. Like, I guess Rogue One was the test run, and it proved successful.
Yeah,
but
it
it
was
was
great.
also something immensely different within the Star Wars.
It just tied together like parts of the story,
Sure.
which I thought was cool.
But
Here's-
it's the parts of the stories that you know about because they speak about it. They
Correct,
speak about Rogue
correct.
One that fucking died. Spoilers: everyone in Rogue One dies.
Well, it's the beginning of A New Hope. The end of Rogue One is the beginning of A New
Obi-Wan.
Hope. So that's why the whole thing like worked, because it's like, oh shit, this is where we got to the very first Star Wars that ever existed. That's kind of
Sure.
got some weight. And if I were to see some things that played out in between like episodes 4 and 5, episodes 5 and 6, I'd be interested to see the tie-in. Because one of my favorite games of all time is Shadows of the Empire, N64, and that tied in between episodes 5 and 6.
I also
Very
like the
cool.
idea of like what's the famous the Kessel Run
Yeah,
in 12 parsecs.
yeah.
Okay, now like you want to see that.
Well, of course.
You also want to see
We've talked about it
meet,
forever.
Yeah, you also want to see Han meet Chewie.
Of course.
Which you do in that movie.
I don't know
That's
if
the
you
thing. I would assume
that
that you
movie.
do.
But I mean,
And I also hear that, Donald Glover just fucking killed Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
And I also heard
awesome.
something else that I won't say.
You can say
That could potentially, no, I'm not going to say.
Princess Leia is actually Han Solo's,
sister.
which means
Han's a Skywalker.
Mm.
And it's incestual.
spoilers.
Chewbacca's actually been fucking Princess Leia.
And
The entire time.
Han.
It's been a...
They've had to get rid of so many
Well,
babies.
he can't contain that big old hog he's got under that hair.
Yeah.
He just lifts the hair up and the girls go wild.
Is that all he does, huh?
Yeah.
Because he only wears like this weird strap around his.
Yeah, no clothes, really.
Yeah. He's naked.
By the way, we never talked about, I think we talked about it briefly on the Hip in Detroit episode, but the Star Wars costume thing.
Oh, yeah. The costume thing was sweet.
Is it still going on?
Yeah, through September. So at
You
the,
should go to that.
Yeah,
Jeff.
at the
I was like,
DIA.
as fuck, dude.
DIA has a Star Wars costume exhibit that is going through September.
It looks really cool, and a lot of people are saying really good things
It
about
is
it.
really cool.
Yeah.
The guided tour aspect, the little
Yeah, so we were like, we only had like less than an hour.
Oh.
So they were like, you're going to have to go through this pretty quick. And we're like, whatever, that's fine. But what made it worth it for me is all the concept art.
I love that. Darth Maul's concept art was so badass.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like the first thing you saw too.
All
My
this-
favorite Star Wars character
Yeah.
is Darth Maul.
Dude,
So all this concept art, it's worth going just
Yeah.
to see like the first like thought of Darth Maul,
Yeah.
like what he could have looked like. Shit's crazy.
It's
dude.
one of those things too. You don't really think about it, but like the whole Star Wars universe has a look to it. They all have.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
whole thing, like from the military aspect to the social aspects, to the entertainment aspects. It's a full working, living, breathing universe, and it's got its own character. And
There's so much world building within Star Wars, and also
It's incredible.
Like, I've said it a million times in this podcast. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but there's so many aspects like stormtroopers, faceless. Essentially, they are.
yeah, they were designed to look like skeletons,
Yeah, I mean,
which is kind of part of it.
did you learn that?
I did while I was there. Yeah, yeah, that was kind of cool. I also was like on the precipice of proposing to Tanya because I did it right after we saw that exhibit, and I was walking through that exhibit the entire time, just like checking my phone, trying to line something up with my sister because she was going to come and take photos, and I was.
So you were distracted.
I was distracted.
like, Josh,
but at the same time, I was trying to just
I'm running
distract
12
myself.
minutes late.
Yeah, but no, I literally read.
He's like, I better divide it. I got
Yeah, I'm like, divide by 12. Go. Which is a lot easier.
I got two
You think
6
about
minute
it.
windows
You got
before she's here.
60 seconds in a minute. You divide it by 4, you get 15 minutes apiece. You divide it by 3, you get 20 minutes apiece. It's a much better dividing system. Anyways, so I did read every fucking word of every fucking thing
my God.
the entire way through.
I would've.
Because I was like just trying to remove my mind from it. But that being said, though, I got the full experience. There was
Yeah.
no shortage of experience. I listened to the kids' version of every single one of the things that I listened to the adult version of. Because they give you this little cell phone thing, and it's got a little couple buttons on it, and you can listen to it. You hold it to your ear like a cell phone, and it actually gives you commentary on the thing you're looking at. Really cool idea. And there's a kid's version, there's an adult version. So you go to Chewbacca, and it's like, okay, here's like how they got him into the suit and all this stuff. And then the kid's version's like, can you make a Chewbacca voice? Or whatever the fuck that. I can't do it. It's just, yeah, so I listen to both.
But I just love the art.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
very
just
good.
Go
It's very good.
just to see the
So
concept
cool.
art, honestly, dude.
Going to it.
I mean, the costumes are awesome too.
I mean, is it everybody?
It's not everybody,
Like,
but
who's
it's a
not
lot
included?
of
it's like
people.
the first, they focus
Darth Vader's got to be in there,
Oh,
right?
Darth Vader's definitely there.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
Yoda.
got, yep, Yoda's like the
But
last
he's
thing
just
you
like
see.
a puppet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the
But
original
he's-
puppet of Yoda.
Oh, really?
There's
Oh,
what are those furry things? What are
The Ewoks.
Ewok
Yep.
was there.
Those
There's
are cool.
those.
Which looked so fake up close.
It did, but you know, movie magic.
It looked so. I mean, they looked fake on screen.
The
too.
original R2D2, the original C3PO, and all the parts.
Yep. Well, that shit was
that
cool.
was so
that was
cool.
cool, and it's like when you look up close, you're like, oh, that looks plastic pieces.
Right.
But you see the concept art for like R2D2 and shit.
How
like
that changed.
BB-8 was
They
there.
did have BB-8.
which was cool.
Oh, they had BB-8?
Yeah, there was
Yes.
very few things from episode 7, but there were, like, they
Breakout
talked
Star.
about...
What's the dude?
Jabba the Hutt?
No. The evil guy.
Oh,
He's got the robe right when you walk in there.
Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine.
I liked his fucking outfit.
yeah.
It's so simple. It's just like a robe,
Yes.
but his shit's hanging, and the material when you see it up close, it
I
just
would
looks
feel so
super
badass
cool.
wearing that thing. I'm
I
just
think
throwing it out
Emperor
there.
Palpatine, I think he started it actually. Is the generic supervillain voice. Yes.
Well, they also
Let
show
it run through you.
they also show you like the old sci-fi films that kind of inspired the
Oh,
design because which
I don't know if I remember that part.
Yeah, well, again, I was very thorough. But it was very cool to see because, like, before Star Wars, all of the sci-fi stuff was, like, wicked cheesy.
Oh yeah.
So when we walked in there,
But important, dude.
It was very important.
they have like a little bar. Like
Oh, did
just
they?
a little stand where you can get a drink or whatever.
Oh, they
all
didn't have that
Bucks
for me.
What?
They didn't have that when I went.
They didn't?
No,
It might have been
I
'cause
mean,
we were out real late, but they have like a little bar or whatever. So we got two drinks or whatever. We go into the DIA, we're holding our drinks, and we like walk in past the security guard, past employees, and then we get to the Star Wars thing, and they're like, "You can't have this in here." And
Oh, yeah.
We're like, why didn't anybody say
Stop
anything
us.
when we're literally walking right by the security guard, the bartender,
it's
the
'cause
employees?
you can have those drinks in the museum. You can't have them in the exhibit.
You can't have them in that museum area. You can only have them in that little
Seriously?
courtyard. That thing where the
The courtyard's sweet. I love
not
that.
not outside. Like when you
it's an
first
indoor
walk
courtyard.
in. When you first walk in, and there's the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
where
though.
you can drink the drinks.
Dude, I've seen
Interesting.
that. I've seen that
because they were like
portion
telling it,
with
but it
the
was
armor.
so funny because we walked by all these people like clearly having drinks in our hands
Like
in a
every
rush.
time, you know,
Yeah.
you don't go to the DIA without seeing like the Hall of Armor.
Of course.
But it's
I
still
love that
so
shit.
badass, dude.
I love it. I
great.
honestly love the DIA.
Me too.
I think it's really good,
it's a
man.
good
Like
place
if
to
you're coming to
spend my-
Detroit, DIA.
My
DIA it up.
favorite shit is the like medieval shit and ancient Greece.
Oh yeah, you like the
Yeah,
fucking
That's my favorite shit. And the
Dark Ages?
sculptures. Yeah.
sculptures. Oh, I love seeing how old that shit
I
is.
just like that shit. And I like seeing the old like I just like seeing super like ancient shit.
I like seeing the Africa stuff. Like, there's so many like
there's so much aspects of it, like the
exaggerated
shit that
proportional stuff. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
No, I agree with you, and I agree with you too, Danny. But like when you're like, you know, this far away from a Van Gogh, and you're like, wow, Jesus Christ,
Right.
And like, and then you look at him, and you're like, wow, his brushstrokes were really fucking
Like,
Jesus Christ, dude. I mean,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
then you like try to copy it when you get home, and you realize you suck.
There's no way. Yeah,
And then you ended up drawing a Ninja Turtle.
we've all been there. By we
You're
all,
like,
I mean
damn
Jeff.
it, damn it, another Ninja Turtle.
Damn it! I was so close to not drawing a Ninja Turtle.
I'm like, and like, you know, when you go to the DIA and you see the people like sketching shit up,
yeah.
and I'm the guy that's looking at Van Gogh like Ninja Turtle.
You draw. You're like, why wasn't Van Gogh a Ninja Turtle? They got
I like
Michelangelo,
seeing-
Donatello,
I like seeing
Leonardo. Why not Van Gogh?
all that shit though, like the armor, the fucking armor.
Yeah,
Dude,
military
the
history, I
armor
think, is sweet.
Is one that fucking. Could you imagine throwing that shit on, dude?
Oh, it weighs like 120 pounds.
I looked at that armor and we were talking.
way
Me and
too
Amanda
tall.
were talking.
You're way too
I
tall.
wouldn't be able to fit in it.
No.
Literally, I wouldn't
You
be
know
able
what,
to fit
dude?
in any.
Josh and I might be too
Look
tall.
up. Look up the average weight and height of like a gladiator.
They weren't very big.
Yeah, well, they're like malnutrition. They barely.
wasn't
They didn't
GMOs?
know anything about nutrition.
Yeah, right. So average was let me see, 5'7", 100 and wait, hold on, that's just 5'7". That's a tiny guy.
Well, isn't that probably like what's the average of right now? Probably just close.
5'10", I'd say.
Me.
5'10".
Yeah. Oh, are you 5'10"?
What
Yeah, I'm
does it
5'10".
say the weight on there?
It doesn't say weight. Just average height is 5'7". Let me see. Average height of Roman man.
Yeah, I literally wouldn't be able to fit in any of that armor. It's like way too small.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of
And also, too, do you notice that the balls are left open for some reason? There's always an opening in the balls.
Well, you gotta
let
piss.
it breathe.
You gotta piss. You can't get in that
I'm
suit
going
and
into
not have
battle.
to go
I'm
to the
like, can you?
bathroom.
they were going by the decimal system, the 10s. They were like, we only have 10
Multiply this by
pieces.
12 on my dong.
I need this 12th piece of armor on my dick.
Dick armor.
Maybe they have like a dick shield that goes around the dick where you.
It's like
You
a
slide
cock
it
ring.
It's like
up.
a separate
It's like
thing.
a cock ring. You
Yeah,
slide
but
up.
like
What the fuck would a cock ring do?
it's not like a ring. It's like a full
A sheath?
thing where you can like stick your
Yeah,
whole.
a metal sheath of
Yeah.
safety.
Well, and you got to cup the ball, so maybe a little clasp that grabs the
Yeah, keeps it nice and safe.
the old nutsack.
But then what if that gets hit too hard and the whole thing just takes your junk off?
Well,
That's what you know what you signed up for.
Apparently.
then you got to go by 11 instead of 12 because your dick's cut off now.
Break.
Take a break, boys.
Jeffrey, where can you listen to us?
SoundCloud,
SoundCloud, where else?
iTunes.
iTunes. What do you need to do when you listen to us on iTunes?
Like, subscribe, and share.
That is what you need to do.
Also, if you don't fuck with SoundCloud and iTunes, there's another place you can find us.
And where's that?
Google Play,
Google Play.
Or
We're on Stitcher. What else?
Stitcher, and Dogcatcher. Go
I
ahead.
don't know what the fuck dog catcher is, but
Neither
apparently
do I,
we're
but
on.
we're on it, and we fucking look good as fuck on it.
We are back.
Okay, so as I've already mentioned, we are on the road to SummerSlam. This Sunday, SummerSlam. I don't know where it's at. Brooklyn, I want to say. Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, whatever.
Well, now here's the thing: is as of Monday,
Who's going to be there?
who's going to be there? Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens.
Is it going to be Brock's like last thing that he's
That's how it's kind of looking.
for a while?
Brock's kind of you're starting to see now. Here's the thing with Brock when he when he fought Mark Hunt and he made a WWE appearance because he's got that really cushy contract. Yeah.
He just
And you know
shows
what,
up,
too?
makes a shit ton of money,
You know what?
dips out.
Now here's the thing: is I actually read an interview with Seth Rollins, and it was Sports Illustrated, and they were like, "Does that type of deal piss you off?" And he's like, "No, not really." He's like, "It makes it something that I want to achieve for." He's like, "I want to be on the top of the throne."
Exactly. Why? Like,
Okay, so
I don't understand why people would be like. Obviously, the dude deserves it because.
well, no, also too, that's what Seth Rollins said in the Sports Illustrated interview. Is he's like,
What, are you gonna get pissy over some?
he said
dude's
wherever he
money?
goes, he dominates, and he's a box office draw. You can't take that away from Brock. Also, too, I like Brock. I like seeing Brock even in the WWE. Whatever he's in, I'm a fan, dude.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a specimen.
Now, also, too, as of Monday, the wrestling world has lost Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah, sure.
No, he was a member of the Hart Foundation. His daughter still wrestles, Natty Neidhart, which I guess she's going by Natty Neidhart. She was going by Natty Hart for a long time. And also, too, did you guys hear about Randy Orton?
No.
Some allegations came out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, from also several years prior to him pulling his dong out in front of people.
Why are people pulling their
I
dong
don't
out?
know.
That looks like a guy would pull his dong out.
I don't
But does
know.
it? I feel like if he's gonna pull his dong out, there's gonna be a girl there that's gonna want.
No, it was a dude. It was a dude he pulled his dong out in front of.
Okay.
I don't know
in
if
the
it was to
locker
be
room.
It was a writer or something
And he's like, check this bad boy out.
out of nowhere.
Is he gay?
I don't think so.
One of these days, I might just pull my dong out on the podcast.
On
guys.
SharkCast,
So-
that's how we're gonna get the views.
All right.
So
Rather it be you on the
Mark your
sex
calendar.
calendar.
Mark your calendars.
beware. Maybe with a guest
On the
I'm
50th
getting this
issue.
fucked up.
That's probably the better way to go. Wait till we have someone on here to affect.
But yeah, just don't pull your dong out.
What's the
Out of nowhere.
mindset behind?
Well, how does it get you? Like, does it get you off?
I don't
Because
know.
I
don't get that.
Yeah, like,
don't
is
know.
it like you're thinking about it later?
I don't. Okay. I don't. Even if I were to pull my dong out with my partner, I don't think that would make me feel like ready to go.
Yeah, well, it's like not gonna.
I
get
also
me-
guess I'm not a flasher. There are flashers out there. People who just literally like to expose themselves. to
And you ever
people.
notice the people that are like on a flasher is
Are
probably
they waiting for someone to like?
I don't know if that's what it's
Engage?
I don't
think that's what it's about.
I don't think that's what it is. Josh, can you look it up like Randy Orton,
They
like
think that there's going to
controversy, something?
be dong.
Dong.
Yeah, it's...
Find anything?
Kinda.
Yeah,
I got the 10 most controversial things he's done behind the scenes.
he's done a lot of things. Actually, a lot of people are saying like Randy Orton's almost like bulletproof as far as
He looks like a douchebag.
he is, and he plays that character, and that's why people like him because he plays a douchebag.
Bulletproof literally showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
He's a dick. He's also one of the people that are like
Rash photography. He takes photos of his rashes.
No, is if you run into him and has to take a picture, he's going to get into your face and he's not going to be happy. He's gotten
Killer.
This is one of those bullshit. The voices told me to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Concept, but not a great effect. In 2009, WWE ran it on the blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this isn't new shit. This isn't what we're looking for.
No,
He punted Vince McMahon square in the, what's that word? Bonche?
Bonts?
Bonche.
okay, that's all scripted. Like,
Yeah, look that up.
All right. A bonche.
I'm sure it's the nuts.
Yeah, bonche is a commune in Department of... No, that's got to be a typo then, because that doesn't seem to make any sense.
it's located in the Canton of Valves.
Yeah.
Go back to that. Go up. Let's look at that picture really quick. Is that Vince McMahon's dick getting flopped over?
That's some like serious bulge action going
Wow.
on
Way to
What
go,
is that?
Vinnie Mac. I don't know.
there. Wow.
Yeah, you know,
It's kicking him right in the dick.
Right in the bonche.
Black lives don't matter.
Wow.
Doesn't matter. American people matter. Okay, but this is stupid.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
get off
dumb.
of this shit. Exit
Yeah,
this
okay.
shit. It's just distracting. But anyway, so he's exposing his dick.
Allegedly.
Yak exposure.
You know, and Randy's done a lot of questionable things, like in his career.
So what's the big deal then? If he's kind of a questionable dude.
Well, I mean, shit, man.
I don't know. There's a lot of fucking weirdos out there.
Look at like the world we live in, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of weirdos out there. I can only assume some of them became famous. But were they
Stay
weirdos
famous.
before they became famous?
will they stay famous? Because,
Or were
dude,
they
next time
famous
Randy
and then
Orton
became weirdos?
next time Randy Orton hits the stage, dude, it's gonna blow over like
All right, so here's the game plan. I got a theory.
So he's going to be...
at SummerSlam. I don't think he's gonna be at SummerSlam now.
Why are we talking about him? Just because...
Just because he's in the
talking about
finals.
his dick? Okay.
Anyway, Josh, sorry.
I was going to say, okay, theory. You don't become a weirdo until you're famous. So we just have to become famous and find out which one of us becomes a weirdo.
There's a lot of
Dibs.
weirdo... there's a lot of weirdo regular people, too.
No, there's
I'm
a lot
sure.
of weirdos
Like,
that
we talked to Dan of the Lucid Furs, and he told us the story of exposing Jackoff story. So
Not of him, but of a homeless man. But, yeah. Maybe that
Also,
guy,
too,
maybe
have
that
the
guy was
listeners
famous at one
find
point.
that out themselves.
Also, too, now here's the thing: is like I've known Dan for quite some time, and I know that probably really tripped Dan out to see that. Like, probably like
it would
made
trip
him
you out too.
absolutely. I'm not saying that Dan's like thin-skinned or anything. He's not, but
It tripped me out to hear it, to be fair.
I am. I'm
Would you be Dan in the situation, or would you be the Jackoff guy in this situation?
I'd be Dan.
I feel like
You had to
that's...
think about that. I don't know, Jeff.
I had to reassess your question. I'm like, wait a minute. Do I want to be the jack-off guy?
You might. I don't know.
Why?
I don't
No,
know.
why?
Ask Jeff. He said it.
You know, with the Vin Diesel dolls you've got, I wouldn't necessarily be super surprised that Vin Diesel would motivate you to be a jack-off guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about the Vin Diesel dolls.
Well, you do like him a lot.
So many.
So much.
You like him so much. Okay. Did you guys see this?
Meg, no. we
Type
didn't.
in. You gotta go to YouTube. Go to employee steals a plane. And
I heard about this.
before we make too many horrible jokes, this guy killed himself.
You did.
Oh, shit. Seriously?
But there's like type in like his like or maybe you could see on there, like what he was saying to the air traffic control people. Oh, put it on the TV because I think I've seen where I'll be able to tell you. This man who stole and crashed the plane before he crashed the plane, the airline worker.
It's a 10-minute video. Don't want that.
Go to the 4-minute one.
This one right here?
Yeah. So this dude steals a plane. He works at the airport, steals a plane. And
Does that guy look like Mario to you?
No, but I have seen that video floating around.
Anyways.
Well, I guess put your microphone up to
with
this.
Horizon Air, that company owned by Alaska Airlines, taking off from Seattle-Tacoma Airport in a stolen turboprop plane, doing loops and rolls high in the sky before crashing 30 miles
So
away.
this
that's
dude,
crazy.
U.S. fighter jets tracking that rogue plane. No passengers on board.
He steals his plane and he starts doing barrel rolls. He's telling the audio.
Much more about the 29-year-old ground employee accused of bringing that busy airport to a halt and putting so many lives at risk. ABC's Clayton Sandell is in Seattle.
Flip in the middle of
starting
this
us off
thing.
tonight.
Oh my God, is he okay?
The alarming aerobat prepared to shoot him
I
down.
want to.
His control
If this doesn't work, click on that first video because I want to hear him talk. Yeah, I don't want to hear these fuckers talk because
That's crazy.
there's audio of him
Damn.
talking, and he's super calm.
Right, 070. Approach welcome, final runway 16 right. Welcome. Man, I'm a ground service agent. I don't know what
You hear
that
him?
is. 34 on channel 7017.
He's like, "How do I do a barrel roll?" That's what he's saying to like the air traffic control.
I don't know, dude.
See, hear him?
Yeah, I wasn't really planning on landing it.
You know how to fly one of those aircraft, but we'll see what we can do and get you in contact with somebody.
So,
Yeah, I just kind of want to do a couple maneuvers, see what it can do before I put her down, you know?
What?
Departure Boeing 464.
this dude, he's doing these maneuvers too, and he's doing them really well. And he's just like, "I played a lot of video games."
Sorry, my bike came off. I threw up a little bit.
Threw up a little bit.
You know,
This is creepy, dude. He's in a residential
I
area.
hope this doesn't ruin your day. 22.
What?
He-
Contact. Just flying the plane around. You seem comfortable with that? Oh, hell yeah. It's a blast, man. I played video games before,
See?
so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Wow.
But
Okay, and,
so he's talking all calm, and
you
he
can see
tells
all
the
terrain
people.
around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
Can you pause it really quick, Josh? He pauses, he pauses the video. He pauses the video in the air. No, he tells the air traffic control, he's like, find me a spot where there's no one, there's no people
so he
at.
knew.
This dude was trying to go out with a bang, and he fucking did it, I guess. He didn't just shoot himself in the head. This
Yeah.
dude fucking
Took
Also, he
stole.
didn't hurt anybody.
He didn't hurt anybody, but he was obviously like, dude, you stole a plane.
Well, he's asking
Yeah.
where he can put it down. I mean, he can see the ground. It's not like he's blind up there.
Well, I'm sure that
I
there's
think
like
there's-
spots.
there's
like,
like,
what's a better spot for him?
yeah.
He's like saying all this shit.
Well-
this video is like, or this audio is pretty
Crazy.
decently long.
Yeah.
But I don't.
This spot was marked, so let's see what we got here.
An ad.
Cross 16 Center, cross 16 left, contact back up to gate 2. Class to 430. Do you know how long it's going to be?
Look, dude, it takes nothing for the U.S. Air Force to like get on your ass.
Hold on Alpha. All those aircraft were in sequence, so we'll get you going as soon as we know. Okay, thanks a lot. In sequence, yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the autopilot. I'm just kind of hand flying right now.
He seems very calm.
Super calm.
Hold behind.
And like in this video, he's like,
Minimum wage. We'll chalk it up to that.
he's like, I didn't realize I was crazy until a couple days ago, and shit like that.
Yeah. Ground Rescue 52, switching. Good day. I think I lost you behind some hills a little bit. I'm coming back though. Alaska 718, I believe so. Still working on an issue. I don't really have an estimate on how long that may be.
Okay, so pause it. You'd think that the dude, there'd be some guy, like a cop, trying to talk this guy down, like land the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
if
I
there's
think-
somebody locked in their home fucking
they'd have
they have
there.
the guy. What are those guys' names?
Chris Hansen.
No, they talk you down. It's like,
what are those people's names?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know the technical term right now, but I know what you're talking about. The guy that's like, don't step off that ledge or
talking. He's like suicide. Talks down suicide job.
Talk down suicide person.
Shut up.
What I learned. What is the fucking job name?
Josh, type in times 12.
Yeah.
Divide by.
I'm sorry.
Divide by L.
That's why we're doing
suicide prevention.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to find.
That's a tough
it's just
one.
a fucking word. Police jumper squad spend
Fuck,
tense
dude.
hours.
I feel
trying to
like
save
it's like
people.
on the tip of my tongue too.
I know. But anyway, email us. SharkCast podcast.
Gmail.com.
Yeah.
Find us on Instagram
But
at SharkCast.
Rich, don't say stuff like that.
yeah, why is he saying that? I didn't hear that.
I don't want to hear no one.
Oh.
I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
Whoa.
100, Roger. That's going to be a while for you.
Go to the end of this video. Do they show it crashing?
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
What would, if you were to do it,
I wanna
how would you do it?
So I was trying to figure out how to use the autopilot first. On the Roger text spot, 88 via Bravo Connect range. 88 and over ramp at 2057.
Dude, could you imagine being at ground control that day?
So much for flying the airplane.
Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Alaska will give me a job as a pilot?
I think they would give you a job of doing anything if you could pull this off.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
It's kind of sad.
It is sad.
It is sad.
Because it's this dude like going through some shit. He's like, I'm gonna just kill myself today in this plane.
Well, I don't think he started off with that. I think like if
No,
he sounds like he's slowly coming to realization that like that's what's happening.
No, he stole this plane and he's gonna kill himself. Like,
Jeez.
yeah.
I guess if that's your plan.
Yeah, there wasn't he's
That's
not
fucked
trying to
up.
fucking land the plane. No, he's gonna crash the plane the whole time.
I got a buddy and
That was
he's
his
in the Air
plan.
Force.
I guess it's a good,
and he
it's
would
a
work.
banger without hurting people.
Yeah, I mean,
And
no one
you got
was
to
hurt. Only
you got to
himself.
fly a plane. Maybe that was his fucking.
29 years old? God damn.
Yeah, I know. That's a shame.
Air traffic controller, I guess, if anyone's got the keys to that kind of shit.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
Wow.
It's kind of cool though. Like,
Cool in that,
Well,
like,
it's cool
I've
that
never
he-
seen that before, and he was
him-
doing some
He'll
fucking
never
maneuvers.
see it
He
again,
was doing
dude. That just
barrel
totally put a
rolls.
lockdown on, even more so on American airline security.
Yeah, that's more like.
But also,
yeah,
too, on top of that,
the
I'm not like
employee.
trying to like justify his actions, but I mean, was anybody really hurt?
nobody was hurt, but
Well, that's an
his
expensive
family
plane.
is
Just him.
his family's fucking devastated.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I'm
His
sure.
family
But
is like pissed as
if
fuck
he
at
didn't,
him.
okay, if he didn't have like access to a plane, he'd have found a different means. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, dude, he woke up that day and he knew he could take that plane off, but
That's
he knew he
crazy.
couldn't land it.
That's
If
crazy.
you're thinking about doing that, anybody out there, tomorrow will be kinder.
It will be.
Take it moment by moment. The next moment will be a little bit better.
If
Also,
you,
too,
if you
don't shy away from the suicide prevention hotline.
yeah.
It is 24/7.
People care about people.
If you don't trust that you've got a friend for it, then talk to a doctor. If you don't trust a doctor, talk to a family member. Just
If it's hard to talk to a family member, just take it by moment by moment.
And just remember that we're fucking multiplying things by 10 and not 12.
And then you might want to.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
They're like, I don't
like terrible.
I don't like
joke.
the decimal system. Why don't we do Dozenal?
Like, fuck this. Josh is gonna go insane from this shit now. This is the last of Josh.
Yeah, this is.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
He gets home. He's like 12. He starts writing it on his walls. 12.
You remember the movie 23 with Jim
Yeah.
Carrey?
It's not 12, it's doe. It's doe, goddammit.
A deer, a female deer. Ray, a tropical
Yeah,
golden sun.
23 with Jim Carrey.
Me, my name, I call myself
You call yourself Jim Carrey?
Far Along My Way to Run.
What?
So, okay. If I may, just music segue back to Dozenal.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Here we go.
The whole musical scale is divided by 12.
So, why can't we have both?
I'm just saying there was a reason.
Okay, so I asked you outside.
I'm just saying there's a reason.
So what's 9L?
9. What do you mean 9L?
You said
9 times
9.
L.
Isn't there? Wait, or it goes 9.
Deck L. 10.
So deck. Okay, so deck.
L10.
So L is 11.
Yes.
Divide L.
You're going to end up running into a decimal situation. It's just you have way less decimal situations.
I get it. Anyway, we're done with this number shit. What else you got? Boys, do you have something?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to call
Okay.
it the Hip and Detroit Girls.
Ooh.
You want to what?
Sadie Christie.
Only Sadie.
Ah.
She never gave me a proper reason why Detroit doesn't deserve a Robocop statue.
She was against it.
So
She was very against
I
it.
know why.
Why?
Because it's like a sign of
Philly has Rocky.
yeah, but RoboCop was like just killing people like bad guys, wasn't he?
No, it was actually very satirical and played an important part in cinema at the time.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like why we wouldn't want that in Detroit is because this whole police versus Black Lives Matter type shit, and then when there's a statue of like this superhero cop that's slightly like those movies are rated R where he's just like killing people.
Yeah.
That's why
I could see that.
That's why you don't want a statue of him when it's like a symbol of like. Robot
policing.
oppressive policing. That's why.
That's happening in Detroit right now.
We don't have a robot police.
We're talking about privatizing police.
We already have privatized the entire
Oh,
financial
so then
sector.
Robocop came to fruition.
No, why are we going to celebrate?
robots.
We're going to celebrate.
Privatized, that's what Robocop was all about, is the idea of a privatized
And it did
police.
take...
Okay,
The
but
idea of
you think that
privatized,
those,
which is really fucked up.
but you think that these people like enjoy the privatized police? We're going to make a statue of it?
No, to remind them that look how much you fucked up.
Well, to be fair, I mean, honestly, the major issue we have with prisons right now is privatization. If we privatize the actual police force, that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
So, granted, the financial district, the Campus Marsh's immediate area where all the Quicken Loans is, they are run by Securitas. Securitas is the major defense to the financial district of Detroit. But if something goes wrong, they call the police.
Okay.
They do have their own means of apprehending and stopping people, but they're not the police.
So
so then if they were to stop and apprehend you, you can fight them off as if.
Okay, but we're talking about police. We're talking about having a statue.
This is important.
It's like mall cop, exceptionally well equipped.
It's
mall
like
cop.
Judge Dredd.
No, it's nothing like Judge Dredd.
It's
Dude, Judge Dredd's such an extreme.
I know, but it's such an extreme. But what if it's like the most important movie? Would you want a statue of Judge Dredd? It's just a symbol of like. I don't know. It's just not a good look.
Judge Dredd doesn't take place in Detroit. It takes place in Mega City.
I'm just saying, though.
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
I'm just saying.
This is something that's reflective.
But doesn't RoboCop brutally murder criminals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why you don't want it in Detroit, because it's full of criminals.
He also works for a privatized police department, which, as Josh just said.
So why do we want to celebrate privatized police?
As a reminder, like, look at what we've done.
What?
We didn't do anything yet.
Yeah,
it's getting
movie.
there. It's getting there, but we haven't done it yet.
I still want a RoboCop statue.
Yeah, for funsies maybe somewhere, but I don't think it actually has like any.
It's just not
significance to.
I
Detroit.
understand where you're coming from, though. Too, at the same time, because it's based in Detroit. It's
whatever. There's so many things
a,
based in Detroit. Why don't we have an Aretha Franklin fucking statue? We need that before we need.
Because she wasn't a half RoboCop. That's why.
Yeah, but I just feel like it would be a bad look for the city, and they wouldn't want to do that. That's why.
The city looks bad enough.
Yeah, I know. I don't think like a
That
RoboCop.
being said, though, I don't think that
the city looks bad enough, and you want to add a giant statue of this RoboCop
Well,
who
we never
brutally
said giant.
murders. Okay, so then we have a fucking RoboCop statue because you could just set up an action figure on the street.
No, at least a 10-foot statue.
Okay, you fuck.
At least a 10-foot statue.
Nobody wants to have a cop when they walk by and you're walking by a symbol of like, you know what I mean? A symbol of like the police force. It just doesn't seem like it would be a good fit for.
So
Detroit.
what is,
That's
I
why.
gotta ask, because I'm not like super in tune with RoboCop. Like, what is the good of RoboCop?
I mean, he's a badass cop where he's
That's
a
it.
robot.
Nothing.
He's like
Nothing. Okay, so that kind of answers the question then. Like, if he has no actual significance, then what's the?
Well, his significance, he was like,
He was a robot cop, and the
He's
movie
a-
took place in Detroit.
yeah. I just think that it's a bad.
What if it took place in fucking like
Same.
Kansas City? Should they have one in Kansas City?
What
then?
if we went by 12?
Yeah, I'm just saying, divide this whole situation by 12, and then we'll
Then you
talk.
get 12 RoboCops, and they're real, and they're killing everybody.
But that's why, though. You know that would be like a bad look in the city, though.
I don't think so. That all depends on what you took from RoboCop.
But
That's true.
But like to the nerds, it'd be like, yes, a RoboCop statue because I love that movie. But to everybody who's never seen RoboCop, and they're like, we just erected this giant statue of this dude, of this cop that brutally murders criminals in the street. It's a bad look, dude. Come on, you don't think that's a bad look?
No.
You don't think that that's a bad look?
Dude, you're about to sway me as much as you're about to sway Josh on 12.
I love 12 now.
But you don't think you're just sticking you got your heels right in the sand and you're like, I'm not budging.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm not.
Logically think about that.
I have.
But not as a person that's even seen RoboCop.
Okay.
Act like you've never seen RoboCop and you live in the heart of Detroit and there's crime everywhere.
Then you say, I have to do everything to make that not happen.
I guess. To not get murdered by the police?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull up some fucking unjust police videos to show Jeff.
We could pull up multiple unjust police videos.
Exactly.
But that's not what the story of RoboCop is.
It's not, but I'm saying you're coming at it as a nerd
No,
of RoboCop. Yes, you are though. You kind of are.
It doesn't have a lot of historical significance to
You're coming
Detroit.
at it as a like you want to see RoboCop because he's Detroit and he's like a cinematic star, but at the same time especially right now it just does not work.
Can I throw it this
People
way?
would not like that.
So let me throw it this way. RoboCop is a movie that would have been made regardless of what city. RoboCop is not a Detroit-grown concept. If we
It kind of is though.
Well, if we should celebrate anything, it should be things that Detroit's already grown. So I would feel that there's a handful of other things that would take precedence over that. Maybe at some point down the road, that would be like, okay, we played out all of the other major things that Detroit is known for. I guess RoboCop would be fun.
It would be fun, but it's like almost a symbol of.
We don't have enough Motown presence. We don't have enough historical roots to like the amazing things Detroit has done.
No, and everybody
We've
also
got-
too wants to overlook that, so you might as well give them something they want.
I guess, but we've got so many symbols of like Detroit oppression and Detroit injustice. So we've got the fucking like the scales, the scales of liberty. We got the fucking fist.
Yes.
Joe Louis. Like there's
Spirit
so
of
many
Detroit, yes.
There's so many different like symbols of, borderline injustice in Detroit that we should maybe have some things where we celebrate Detroit. We have something that just showcases the amazing talent, the ingenuity, the intellect of what Detroit has created. I feel
I
like
understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from.
I like RoboCop. I was a
understand where you're
fan.
coming from.
I used to have a RoboCop statue. I was going to say.
So you used to have a
action
RoboCop
figure.
statue.
I was a super fan of RoboCop. That was my shit. But I just think it's just not. We don't need to have it'd be like fucking Back to the Future.
Should we get a statue of Kid Rock?
What's the scene in Back to the Future when they goes in the future and it's like all like grim and all there's the pictures of the dude.
Back to the Future 2?
I don't know, dude. I haven't seen it in so long. But it's just like this whole world has been taken over by the
Kid Rock,
like the government area, or whatever.
So we need.
I just feel like it's just not a good look.
We need a statue of Eminem. We need a statue of Kid Rock. We need a statue of Bob Seger,
Ted Nugent,
Kwame Kilpatrick, and then we can do.
It'd be cool if it was like the
I'm joking
RoboCop.
about Kwame Kilpatrick.
If the RoboCop statue was in like super cool place,
unless the
where it's not
statue
like
of Kwame Kilpatrick is him behind bars, in which case I'd be okay with that. Sorry.
It would be cool.
A lot of people would disagree with you.
Yeah, I know.
It would be cool if it wasn't like displayed like straight up where like this cop is looking over the city. Don't fuck up or else I'm going to murder you. It'd be cool if it was, if it was like, I don't know, in some place, I don't know, like a Detroit thing.
Why are you looking at RoboCop as if he's a murderer? He's there to serve and protect.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as a person that's never seen RoboCop walking the streets,
Then don't come to Detroit.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, we've got a point of contention then. Let's leave it as a point of contention. We're closing in on 2 hours on this one.
Are we?
What else we got for this, boys?
Real quick. I got one more thing.
Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Told me.
Yeah.
When?
Like they put up a YouTube.
Oh my God.
Like a couple hours
I've
ago?
been playing off not playing Diablo 3 because I'm like, I don't want to play it on PlayStation. Doesn't make sense. I just don't want to sit here and play Diablo. If it's on the Switch,
it's coming on the Switch.
Oh, fuck. I'm so excited about that. That just totally hit me to my core.
Boys.
I played the shit out of Diablo 2.
Would you say you played it times 12?
Times 60. Babylonians. Anyways, what?
In November, I am thinking, I already talked to Cynthia about taking this time off, but I might be taking a trip to Iceland.
When?
In November.
Really?
Why?
Why? Because the tickets are like $150.
Seriously?
Very expensive.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Dude, Cliff went about a year ago.
He said that. Yeah.
I'm sure it's expensive
he said,
there, but I'm sure you can find.
He said the trip there was cheap, but like
getting there, I'm sure it is.
But he's like buying booze is very expensive.
I'm sure.
You don't necessarily need to be wasted while you're in Iceland, though. You're there not to drink. You're there to.
I'm sure like it would be badass to walk into a bar in Iceland.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
no, that'd be cool.
Find, I don't know, some dude's playing music or something.
Well, hey there, I'm from America. Iceland seems to be quite swell. You guys don't like to have crime here, do you?
I'm like,
and they'll be
get
like,
this, 12.
So, how do you guys feel about a base 12 system? Because I feel
like
base 10 doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Am I right?
These tickets I saw were, it's like one of those planes that has no amenities. Like it doesn't have
a bathroom.
Yeah, you
hardly has wings. It's got
it's like a nice plane.
One prop at the center.
They're called Wow planes.
Wow, it made it. Wow, it made it.
Fuck you. Don't freak me out.
Wow, we landed. Thank fuck.
But dude, I'm thinking about fucking going. I gotta get a passport though.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that process is not as bad. If you've got questions, I've already done it.
Isn't it only like
how long
$8?
did it take you though?
Maybe.
Or how long did it take you to get the passport?
3 weeks tops. I want to say.
Really?
I did it in 2.
Okay. Because people were telling me it's going to take like 3 months to get.
No,
the passport.
you need if you're willing to get your paperwork in order and you can pass a background check, you'll be fine. Yeah, it doesn't take long because you just need to show some basic identification.
Yeah.
So what do? Do you fill it out online?
No, you have to go someplace to actually fill out for a passport. I did it at the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce, I want to say. City Hall? Something like that. If you go to...
Like downtown New Baltimore, are you talking about?
No, it was Chesterfield, which is different.
Okay, yeah.
But if you were to go to the East Point, which is right at 9 Mile and Gratiot, you go there, I'm pretty sure they're going to have everything you need. It? Yeah. They take a picture of you.
But wouldn't that be so bad?
That would be sweet. That'd be badass.
Don't you got Cliff's number? Ask him. He just went.
He went like back in March, didn't he?
He just went, yeah.
It was like...
Cliff just went.
It wasn't a year ago.
Dude,
it was like less than 6 months ago.
I'm thinking about doing it because why not? Why not just fucking do it? Spend my money on some.
I'm gonna figure out.
That'd be super sweet.
We'll figure out the Skype situation.
Dude, that would
we'll
be
tune
crazy.
in for the podcast.
Unless we do a SharkCast with
Overseas.
Danny.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
at my
we all
house.
go.
Oh, we all go.
Yeah. No, I just borrow your little input.
But that would
here.
be
Do it at my
badass
house.
if I was on Skype while you guys were fucking
Right.
just real quick.
We do it at my house once, and then Jeff and I are gonna be like, let's just do it at my house from now.
Well, you guys would be fucking talking about Robocop numbers. It'd be so boring without me.
Robocop times 12.
Robocop times 12.
A
On that
Robocop
note,
dozen.
boys, let's bring this fucking issue to an end.
What, issue 46?
Issue 46, we're talking about Robocop times 12 and
times 12.
Look out for episode or issue 50. Issue 50 is coming just around the corner.
and we'll be looking at y'all, motherfuckers.
Motherfucks.
Until then, you can.
I take another ghost for you. Can you hear them creeping through the floors? Every corner, through all your doors. Will you fight them, or will they prevail? Another soul, I take another ghost for you. I feel your energy. Whoa, I saw the dead. I'll try your best to conquer me. I'm not scared. I'm not scared.